habibti. She needed neither the crown nor the applause to rule the room. Her presence was enough to leave an empire trembling. In a world that often celebrates conformity and noise, there exists a rare breed of women who move through life with quiet confidence and an unshakable sense of purpose. They are the spicy Lady Sigma females, enigmatic, fiercely independent, and impossible to ignore. Unlike the alpha who thrives on dominance or the beta who seeks harmony, the spicy Lady Sigma female walks a path entirely her own, unbothered by societal labels or expectations. Here's a fact to set the stage. According to behavioral psychology, only about 1% of the population naturally operates as lone wolves in both mindset and action. These women are the epitome of that rarity. They don't just think outside the box. They question why the box exists in the first place. But don't mistake their independence for arrogance or their quiet demeanor for weakness. Spicy Lady Sigma females have mastered habits so profound they often leave ordinary women scratching their heads and sometimes their egos. If you've ever wondered what makes these women so extraordinary, prepare to dive into a world where silence speaks louder than words, boundaries are sacred, and confidence is worn like a second skin. Oh, and one more thing. If you think you're going to figure her out by the end of this, think again. The spicy Lady Sigma female's most defining habit is that she's always one step ahead of you, with just enough mystery to keep you intrigued. Number 1. Defines beauty and femininity on her terms. A spicy Lady Sigma female redefines beauty and femininity on her own terms, refusing to be boxed in by societal expectations or fleeting trends. She understands that beauty isn't about fitting into someone else's mold. It's about authenticity, self-assurance, and the energy she carries. While the world tries to dictate what women should look like, how they should dress, or even how they should behave to be considered feminine, she simply shrugs it off. For her, femininity isn't a checklist. It's an extension of who she already is. She doesn't chase the latest trends unless they resonate with her. Her style might be understated, bold, or completely unconventional, but it's always intentional. Every choice she makes, from her wardrobe to the way she speaks, reflects her individuality, rather than conforming to external pressures. This confuses people who are used to women bending over backward to meet unrealistic standards. What makes her truly captivating is her ability to own her imperfections. She doesn't shy away from her scars, quirks, or flaws. They're part of her story, and she wears them with pride. There's an undeniable magnetism to a woman who doesn't seek approval to feel beautiful. She's the type to confidently rock a bare face in a room full of heavily made-up people, not to make a statement, but because she simply doesn't feel the need to impress. Her definition of femininity might include power, grace, intellect, or humor, or none of the above. That's the point. She's fluid, constantly evolving, and never trapped by someone else's idea of what she should be. For those who don't understand this, she's an enigma. For those who do, she's a revelation. To the spicy Lady Sigma female, beauty isn't about being seen. It's about seeing herself clearly. Number 2. Balances ambition with inner peace. A spicy Lady Sigma female is the embodiment of balance, pursuing her goals with unwavering focus, yet never at the cost of her mental or emotional well-being. In a world that often celebrates hustle culture, where the pressure to achieve more can lead to burnout and stress, she maintains a rare and admirable equilibrium. She's relentless in her ambition, but her pursuit of success is rooted in self-awareness and personal peace. Unlike many who push themselves to exhaustion in the name of achievement, the spicy Lady Sigma female understands the importance of rest, reflection, and mental clarity. She has mastered the art of working hard without allowing her goals to consume her. She doesn't sacrifice her health or happiness for success. Instead, she integrates both into her life with precision and care. When others burn out chasing their ambitions, she continues to move forward steadily with a calm and clear mind. This balance comes from a deep understanding of her limits and boundaries. She knows when to push forward and when to step back, ensuring her emotional reserves are never depleted. Meditation, solitude, time with loved ones, and self-care are luxuries to her. They are necessary practices that keep her grounded and in control. Her sense of peace isn't an accident. It's the result of intentional choices, daily habits, and an inner strength that's unwavering. For the spicy Lady Sigma female, success is not just about reaching the top. It's about doing so while maintaining a sense of fulfillment and calm. She proves that true ambition isn't just about relentless forward momentum. It's about knowing when to pause, recalibrate, and protect the inner harmony that fuels long-term achievement. This unique ability to balance driving with peace is something many struggle with, but for her, it's second nature. Number 3. Uninterested in surface-level feminism. A spicy Lady Sigma female lives empowerment rather than talking about it, and this quiet authenticity often disrupts conventional narratives around feminism. She doesn't feel the need to loudly declare her independence or align herself with surface-level activism to prove her strength. Instead, she lets her actions, choices, and unapologetic way of life speak volumes. For her, empowerment isn't about slogans or viral hashtags. It's about genuine self-respect, equality, and freedom of choice. She supports causes that align with her values, but resists performative gestures designed to signal virtue rather than achieve real change. Her approach often unsettles those who equate visible activism with strength, as she operates on a deeper, more personal level. She doesn't fit neatly into the boxes society has built. Some might criticize her for not being loud enough, or for not openly aligning with mainstream feminist movements. However, her lack of public declarations isn't indifference. It's intentional. She believes in leading by example and proving that empowerment is not a one-size-fits-all concept. Her strength lies in her refusal to conform to any societal expectation, even ones designed to liberate her. If she wants to embrace traditionally feminine roles, she'll do so without guilt. If she wants to reject them entirely, she'll do so without apology. What matters is that every choice she makes is truly her own. This quiet, deeply personal form of feminism can be hard for others to understand, particularly in a world that often demands loud, visible proof of commitment to a cause. But for the spicy Lady Sigma female, empowerment is not about making noise. It's about living authentically and proving that strength is as diverse as the women who possess it. Her silence is not absence. It's intentional defiance. Number 4. Adapts without compromising core values. A spicy Lady Sigma female thrives in a world that's constantly changing, but what sets her apart is her ability to adapt without ever compromising her core values. She understands that survival and growth require flexibility, but she refuses to bend in ways that would betray who she truly is. For her, principles are not negotiable. They're the compass guiding her decisions, no matter how turbulent the situation. This delicate balance between adaptability and integrity is rare. While many people adjust to circumstances by sacrificing their beliefs for convenience, the spicy Lady Sigma female approaches challenges with a different mindset. She observes, analyzes, and recalibrates her strategy, but she never loses sight of her internal compass. Her ability to pivot without losing herself is what makes her so resilient. Her decisions often baffle others because they're rooted in a depth of thought that goes beyond surface-level gains. For instance, she might walk away from opportunities that others would jump at simply because they conflict with her principles. To some, this might look like stubbornness, but for her, it's self-respect in action. When faced with opposition or temptation to conform, she doesn't fold under pressure. Instead, she responds with quiet strength, calmly asserting herself while still adapting to the dynamics of the situation. This ability to remain unshaken while evolving makes her both unpredictable and deeply admirable. In a world where it's easy to lose yourself trying to fit in or keep up, the spicy Lady Sigma female stands as a testament to the power of authenticity. She reminds us that true strength lies in evolving without erasing the essence of who we are. Her adaptability isn't a weakness. It's her way of proving that principles and progress can coexist. Number 5. Intense self-discipline that appears effortless. A spicy Lady Sigma female self-discipline is her quiet superpower, setting her apart in ways that often leave others both impressed and bewildered. While many people wrestle with consistency, she has mastered the art of precision in her habits and routines. What's most striking is how effortless it all seems. She accomplishes tasks, reaches goals, and maintains her standards without ever appearing overwhelmed or strained. Her discipline isn't born out of a desire to impress anyone, but stems from an intrinsic drive to excel and stay aligned with her values. Whether it's her work ethic, personal growth, fitness, or hobbies, she approaches everything with a deep sense of purpose. This intentionality allows her to create systems and strategies that keep her on track, even when life throws unexpected challenges her way. What sets her apart isn't just her ability to stick to her goals, it's her ability to do so without turning it into a spectacle. You won't find her bragging about her 5 a.m. workouts or meticulously planned schedules. Instead, she lets her results speak for themselves. Others might assume that she's naturally gifted or lucky, but the truth is she simply mastered the art of consistency and focus. Her self-discipline often intimidates or frustrates those who struggle to maintain similar habits. Some might even accuse her of being too rigid or obsessed, but she's unbothered by their opinions. For her, discipline isn't about restriction, it's about freedom. By building structure into her life, she creates the space and clarity to pursue what truly matters to her. Ultimately, her ability to maintain intense discipline without fanfare or burnout is a testament to her inner strength. It's not that she doesn't face challenges, it's that she's learned how to rise above them with grace and resolve. Number 6, learns from shadows, not spotlight. A spicy Lady Sigma female thrives in the shadows, away from the spotlight, and it's here where she truly excels. While many are desperate to be seen, heard, and validated, she quietly observes, learning from what others overlook. She understands that true mastery comes not from seeking constant attention, but from understanding the dynamics at play, often without anyone noticing she's even paying attention. In social situations, she's not the one clamoring for the microphone or demanding center stage. Instead, she positions herself on the periphery, watching, analyzing, and absorbing the subtleties that others miss. She doesn't need the applause or the recognition that comes from being the loudest in the room. She's content with the power of quiet observation, quietly mapping out strategies and understanding people's behaviors and motivations. This ability to learn from the shadows is what makes her so effective. She doesn't rush to be involved in every conversation or activity. She waits for the right moment, the right opportunity, and when she speaks, it's not out of a need to be heard, but because she has something valuable to contribute. Her words are measured, purposeful, and often more impactful because they are rooted in insight that others simply don't have. By not seeking the spotlight, she sidesteps the distractions that often come with it. Others might waste energy seeking external validation or fighting for dominance, while the spicy Lady Sigma female is quietly mastering the game from the background. She understands that true power is not in being seen, but in knowing when to act and when to remain silent. Her strength lies in the quiet, often unnoticed moments where she learns, adapts, and ultimately outmaneuvers those caught up in the noise. Number 7, strategic, selective empathy. A spicy Lady Sigma female's approach to empathy is anything but ordinary. While society often glorifies unconditional compassion, she views empathy as a resource to be allocated wisely, not squandered indiscriminately. Her ability to extend empathy only to those she deems deserving isn't cold-hearted. It's strategic. She recognizes that not everyone operates with good intentions, and pouring emotional energy into the wrong people can be draining and counterproductive. She observes people carefully, picking up on motives, patterns, and authenticity before offering her understanding. If someone's pain is genuine and their intentions are clear, she's fully present, offering support without hesitation. But if she senses manipulation, dishonesty, or self-inflicted chaos, she holds back, knowing her compassion won't solve their problems or change their behavior. This selectiveness can confuse or even offend those accustomed to blanket sympathy. But the spicy Lady Sigma female values authenticity over obligation. Her empathy is rooted in pragmatism. She believes in helping people grow, not coddling them into stagnation. If someone needs tough love, she'll offer it. If they need space to solve their problems, she'll step back. Her support is meaningful because it's intentional. She invests only where she sees potential for positive change. This trait doesn't mean she's indifferent or unfeeling. Quite the opposite. Her empathy runs deep, but she refuses to let it be taken advantage of. By guarding her emotional energy, she ensures she can give her best to those who truly matter. In a world where empathy is often viewed as a blanket virtue, the spicy Lady Sigma female's selective approach stands out. She shows us that compassion isn't about saying yes to everyone. It's about discerning where your kindness can have the most impact. To her, empathy isn't about being agreeable. It's about being purposeful. Number 8. Master of dual personas. A spicy Lady Sigma female is a master of dual personas, effortlessly transitioning between two seemingly opposite modes: introspection and social magnetism. This duality leaves others intrigued and often unable to fully grasp who she is. One moment, she's deeply reflective, immersed in her thoughts, exuding an aura of mystery. The next, she's captivating a room with her wit, charm, and effortless charisma. This seamless navigation is not a facade. It's a testament to her adaptability and depth. Her introspective side is where she recharges, processes, and strategizes. She thrives in solitude, using this time to understand herself, analyze situations, and map out her goals. This self-awareness gives her a sense of groundedness that most people struggle to achieve. While some may mistake her quiet moments for aloofness or detachment, they're actually the foundation of her strength and clarity. Yet when she steps into social settings, she becomes an entirely different force. Her charm isn't loud or overbearing. It's subtle and magnetic. She listens intently, speaks thoughtfully, and knows how to make others feel seen and valued. People are drawn to her not because she demands attention, but because she commands it naturally, without effort or pretense. What confounds those around her is how effortlessly she moves between these two states. Many people are either social butterflies or introspective thinkers, but the spicy Lady Sigma female is both, depending on what the moment calls for. Her ability to switch between these personas isn't about pleasing others. It's about understanding when to engage and when to retreat. This duality makes her a paradox, impossible to predict and endlessly fascinating. Those who encounter her often find themselves trying to categorize her, only to realize she defies any single definition. The spicy Lady Sigma female embodies complexity, proving that being multifaceted is her greatest strength. Number 9. Fearless in saying no without justification. A spicy Lady Sigma female's ability to say no without justification is a rare and powerful trait. While many women feel compelled to cushion their refusals with lengthy explanations or sugarcoat their boundaries to avoid discomfort, she does the opposite. Her no is direct, clear, and unapologetic, leaving no room for negotiation or misunderstanding. This boldness often commands respect but can also leave others bewildered, especially in a world where politeness is often equated with compliance. Her refusal isn't about arrogance or rudeness. It's about valuing her time, energy, and priorities. She knows her limits and understands that agreeing to everything dilutes her focus. Whether it's declining a social invitation, passing on an opportunity, or rejecting an unreasonable request, her decision is rooted in self-awareness. She doesn't feel obligated to soften the blow because she trusts that the people who matter will respect her honesty. The absence of over-explaining is what sets her apart. Where others might nervously stumble through excuses or feel the need to justify their decisions, the spicy Lady Sigma female simply states her choice. She recognizes that a firm no is a complete sentence and doesn't owe anyone a detailed explanation. This level of confidence can be unsettling for those who aren't used to such decisiveness, but it's also what makes her so admirable. Her boundaries are non-negotiable, and she enforces them with grace. If someone pushes back, she doesn't waver or second-guess herself. Instead, she doubles down, making it clear that her refusal isn't up for debate. This unflinching approach not only protects her from being taken advantage of, but also sets a powerful example for others. In a world that often rewards people-pleasing, the spicy Lady Sigma female's fearless ability to say no is a revolutionary act of self-respect. Number 10. holds loyalty above all else. For a spicy Lady Sigma female, loyalty is sacred, a bond that she holds above all else. Her loyalty isn't given lightly. It's earned through trust, authenticity, and mutual respect. Once someone becomes part of her inner circle, they can count on her unwavering support, whether it's standing by them in difficult times, keeping their secrets safe, or going the extra mile to help them succeed. However, this fierce loyalty comes with an equally unyielding expectation. Trust must never be broken. To her, loyalty is not a casual concept, but a cornerstone of meaningful relationships. She doesn't do performative friendship or surface-level connections. If she's invested in you, it's with her whole heart. But if that trust is betrayed, whether through dishonesty, manipulation, or disloyalty, she won't hesitate to sever ties. There's no drawn-out drama or second chances. Once the bond is broken, it's broken for good. This decisiveness can come across as harsh to those who don't understand her perspective. Ordinary women might try to salvage relationships out of obligation, fear of confrontation, or social expectations. But the spicy Lady Sigma female refuses to compromise her integrity for the sake of appearances. To her, cutting ties isn't about revenge or bitterness. It's about self-respect and protecting her peace. Her loyalty is rooted in authenticity, so it's impossible for her to maintain a connection that feels hollow or compromised. This makes her inner circle small but deeply meaningful. Those who have earned her trust know they've found someone who will stand by them through anything, but they also understand the weight of that trust. For the spicy Lady Sigma female, loyalty is a two-way street. She gives it fully, but only to those who prove they deserve it. And while her standards may seem uncompromising, they ensure that her relationships are built on a foundation of respect and truth. In a world that constantly pushes for conformity, noise, and external validation, the spicy Lady Sigma female remains a force unto herself, a living testament to the power of quiet strength, unwavering self-awareness, and uncompromising authenticity. She doesn't follow the crowd, nor does she seek anyone's approval. Yet her presence commands attention and respect. With a blend of fierce independence, emotional intelligence, and an unshakable sense of self, she stands apart from the ordinary, effortlessly navigating life on her own terms. Her path isn't for everyone, and that's exactly how she likes it. For the spicy Lady Sigma female, the journey isn't about fitting in, making compromises, or pleasing others. It's about embracing every challenge with quiet resilience, building deep connections on the foundation of loyalty and trust, and pursuing her goals with passion, but never at the expense of her peace. While others may constantly search for external validation, the spicy Lady Sigma female knows that her true power lies within. She doesn't need to be seen to be powerful, doesn't need to shout to be heard. She leads by example, proving that strength is found in stillness, in focus, and in the courage to remain true to who you are, regardless of what others may think. In a world of noise and fleeting trends, the spicy Lady Sigma female is a rare and exceptional phenomenon. A reminder that true empowerment comes from knowing oneself, trusting in one's own abilities, and living unapologetically. In a world that often demands conformity, for that, she is truly extraordinary. If you found this journey into the world of the spicy Lady Sigma female as fascinating as we know it is, don't forget to subscribe for more empowering content like this. Hit the like button if you're inspired, and share this video with anyone who needs a little extra strength and motivation today. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let us know which trait of the spicy Lady Sigma female resonates with you the most. Join the conversation because you won't want to miss what's coming next. Thanks, damsels, for tuning in. See you in the next video. Bye and stay blessed.